what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys we have some interesting information to read up on, as recently Kingdom Hearts 3 was featured in the official Disney D23 magazine, which gets published quarterly throughout the year. Most recently the winter 2018 issue was released, and within this issue a Kingdom Hearts 3 feature can be found, where we get some interesting comments from different Disney representatives, from the likes of Tasha Sonart, Jason Katz, as well as Peter Del Vicio, who all work for either Disney or Disney Pixar. They go over a lot of interesting stuff to do with the relationship between Square Enix and Disney working on these worlds to try bring them to life, especially with the newfound relationship between Disney Pixar and Square Enix to bring both Monsters Inc. and Toy Story finally into the Kingdom Hearts universe. The first interesting piece right here mentions that Jason Katz didn't comprehend the popularity of the series when he first worked on it. This was until he saw the fans' extreme reactions of appreciation at Kingdom Hearts 3's D23 Expo 2017 presentation. In case you guys don't know, Jason Katz is one of the big heads over at Pixar Animation Studios. He's worked on all of the Toy Stories in the past, as well as Monsters Inc. and a lot of other Pixar films. And this is one thing that is pretty damn crazy, because I definitely do remember back to last year's D23, the very spot in which we got the Toy Story reveal for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I gotta say is probably the most excited I've seen Kingdom Hearts fans in an extremely long time. Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty damn exciting in itself, but to finally see a world that all of us have collectively wanted for so many years put into the universe was something incredible to finally experience. People have been wanting Pixar properties in Kingdom Hearts for such a long time, and finally the day has come where Square Enix are getting involved with Pixar to make this dream a reality. Katz said that the collaboration between Square Enix and Pixar went wonderfully, and that Square Enix perfectly delivered Pixar's stories. He said that Pixar nudged them in the right direction and guided them where appropriate. For the most part, Square Enix have most of the power over exactly where the stories will go for each Disney world that's included in the Kingdom Hearts games. But seeing as Pixar is new grounds for that of Square, Pixar stepped in to guide Square Enix in order to portray these worlds as accurately as they possibly could. And judging by both Toy Story as well as Monsters Inc. and from what we've seen of these worlds so far, I think it's safe to say that Square Enix have cooked up an absolutely amazing collaboration between Kingdom Hearts and these two Pixar properties, especially when looking at Toy Story. The way that this world has been represented in Kingdom Hearts 3 is simply incredible. Comparing especially the earlier Toy Story films to Toy Story and Kingdom Hearts 3, the graphic fidelity is almost one-to-one with the older films, which is something incredible to see. We're finally at the stage in gaming where we're actually getting visuals on par with old CG films. Something that I know all of us as kids have wanted to see in gaming for an extremely long time. And following on to the comment that Jason Katz made, Tasha Sonart mentioned that Pixar were involved at every stage: scripts, storyboards, scenes, and character design. She is proud of the collaboration and commented, "You have never seen Pixar like this." So that confirms to us that yes, Pixar have been on board the whole way through in terms of developing both the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. world to once again make sure that Square Enix accurately represent these worlds. And I think it's kind of good to know and reassuring that the true creators of these films have actually been working side by side with Square to make sure that these worlds come to life authentically, meaning that the story contained in these worlds, especially the Pixar ones, will be an authentic storytelling experience, similar to the way that storytelling is seen in both Monsters Inc. and Toy Story. In regards to the Infinity Badge Keyblade, this was also a collaboration between Pixar and Square Enix to capture the essence of the Toy Story movies. Tasha Sonart explains that they really wanted to reflect Buzz and Woody in the design, describing how items like the Sheriff Badge and Rocket form a perfect design. One thing the Pixar team wanted from the beginning was the alien toy as the keychain. The Infinity Badge is gotta be hands down like the best way that you could put together a Toy Story themed Keyblade. With a perfect mash of themes from both Woody and Buzz, we have the cactus with the bandana and the cowboy hat at the top, with the teeth of the Keyblade being the Sheriff Badge, and then the lower part of the Keyblade with the hilt and the handle being themed around that of Buzz. Seeing as both of these characters are the main protagonists of Toy Story, it totally makes sense that they would theme the Keyblade around these guys. It is cool to know that they wanted the alien as the keychain from the very beginning, so I guess that's where they started from. The Pixar team thought meticulously about where the Kingdom Hearts 3 arc would canonically fit into the Toy Story timeline to ensure continuity. A question they had to answer to fans and to themselves was, why did no Toy Story character mention Sora's encounter in the movies? Jason Katz went as far as to have many exchanges where he stressed the importance of the two types of wallpaper you can see in Andy's room in the series. The cloud wallpaper in his old house in the first movie, and the stars wallpaper in his new room after his family moves into their new home. As Kingdom Hearts 3 takes place between both Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3, while Andy is still young, although it was originally meant to take place right after the first movie before that idea was scrapped, Jason said the stars wallpaper in the game was non-negotiable. It's nerdy, but it's very important for us. Now I know a few of you guys will probably know this, but for the people that don't, the world story for Toy Story in Kingdom Hearts 3 actually fits into the canonical timeline of that of the Toy Story films. So, like explained in the short little paragraph right here, the story of Toy Story in Kingdom Hearts 3 takes place between both Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. And we can clearly see that as the house that we get to explore in Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Toy Story world is Andy's new house that he moves into during Toy Story 2. Now, also keeping in mind that the Toy Story world is split into two separate versions of that world, sort of almost similar to the way that the worlds worked in Dream Drop Distance. There were two alternate versions of each world that Sora and Riku would go to, as Sora would be in his own version of that particular world, and the same goes for Riku. It seems to be that the organization do have something to do with this, but that they have somehow split this world into two alternate versions. That could come into play with the reason behind why the toy characters didn't mention anything to do with Sora during the events of Toy Story 3, as that takes place after the events of what happens in the Toy Story world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Next, Pixar is known to include many Easter eggs in their movies, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is no exception. Tasha said, "Keep an eye on the Pizza Planet truck." Now, I don't know if she's referring to this as being that there is going to be a part in the world where we do get to go in the Pizza Planet truck. I really hope we do, because it's such an iconic part of Toy Story. However, if we don't, I do know that the Pizza Planet truck actually does appear in this world, as if you actually do head out the front doors of Galaxy Toys in the car park, you can actually see the Pizza Planet truck parked up. So the Pizza Planet truck might just be an Easter egg in itself, and that you might be able to find it in set different locations throughout the world. Moving over to the Monsters Inc. section of the feature, unlike Toy Box with Galaxy Toys, the Kingdom Hearts 3 world of Monstropolis showcases a location from the movies, the Monsters Inc. factory. Katz pointed out that in the movies, we really only see the floor dedicated to Fair, the Hall of Doors, and the main entrance. In Kingdom Hearts 3, there will be an opportunity to see what the lower levels look like and what is behind the door hanger. So I think this is one thing that I'm really looking forward to when looking at Monstropolis, the Monsters Inc. world for the game. We get to explore a familiar location that most of which Monsters Inc. 1 takes place in, the actual Scare Factory. Toy Story isn't really like this, as we are taken to a completely new location for the sole purpose of the Toy Story world, but for Monstropolis we get to explore the Scream Factory, which I'm so happy about. It means that we're going to be running through familiar different film locations that we saw in the film but in Kingdom Hearts 3 now, and to even explore more areas that aren't actually shown in the film. Like what Jason said right here, we get to see what exactly is behind the door hanger. So yeah, being able to explore more areas of the factory and to see exactly how the factory is finally all kind of laid out, opposed to seeing it in just different scenes throughout the movie, is an aspect of the Monstropolis world that I'm really looking forward to. And finally, moving over to the Frozen part of the feature, Peter Del Vecchio, producer of Frozen, said that due to the movie's popularity and huge fan base, it was only natural for it to meet Kingdom Hearts. Yes, from the beginning of time since Frozen was first revealed and Kingdom Hearts 3 was first announced, seeing the immense popularity surrounding the film of Frozen being one of the highest grossing animated films of all time, it was only to be expected that this would become a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. People have been saying it for years, and finally at E3 this year, we got the confirmation that Frozen is in fact going to be a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. And honestly, I'd always said this throughout the years, but Square Enix would have been really silly not to have included Frozen into KH3. It was really a no-brainer. And considering the sheer popularity of that of Frozen, especially for the younger ones, I really feel as if Frozen will in itself do a good job of bringing some attention to Kingdom Hearts 3 when looking towards the younger audience. They also go on to say that Square Enix was determined to adapt the Disney phenomenon that is Frozen into a Kingdom Hearts world from the very beginning. Del Vecchio was impressed in their desire to get fully immersed in the process with supervising animations, editing, and even camera movements. Del Vecchio's team was amazed at their correspondence in regards to the animation. As Elsa interacts with Kingdom Hearts 3 characters that were not in the movie during her emotional journey, Del Vecchio would like fans to thus take part in a new storyline by playing Kingdom Hearts 3. So Frozen's story for Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a continuation past its film events, but rather takes place during the actual film events of Frozen. Toy Story as well as Big Hero 6 would be the only films that will be a part of Kingdom Hearts 3 where the stories contained in the game can be considered canon to the actual respective films. So for Frozen, it's going to work the same way as Worlds have worked always in Kingdom Hearts, where Kingdom Hearts intervenes in the ongoing story of the respective film. But with all that being said, guys, that is most of the interesting parts of D23's Kingdom Hearts 3 feature within their most recent publication of their magazine. I'm going to leave the link to the full interview in the description down below, as I did leave out some stuff that I didn't really consider overly too interesting, but I do recommend that you guys go ahead and read up on the interview if you want all of the juicy information for yourself. Be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions towards all of this good stuff in the comment section down below. However, guys, with that being said, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you dudes are having a fantastic day, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.
Hit them on the page, you'll be coming through stain. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crate, gaming up your bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.